Hey everybody, it's Bust with Bust Builds Decks number 9, and today we're continuing our playthrough with Balatro. And so I mentioned in the previous video, I'm ready to start pushing up through the levels of difficulty. I feel like we've covered off on all of the base decks. I feel like we've unlocked the majority of the game. We get access to pretty much everything now, so I don't feel like we're at kind of a Joker deficit, if you will. And we can really try and push up, see if we can't get up to that gold chip, collect the big victories, if you will. And so I don't know if we're going to continue on with the yellow deck over the course of the next few videos, or if I'll change it up a little bit, but I feel like it's in a pretty good spot to really start with this climb. I do like the plus 10 gold start. It doesn't feel particularly gimmicky, right? It's not like pigeonholing you into a particular style. And I do really like it in the sense that one of the early game problems that I run into is not being able to figure out like the direction we want to take our deck in. And what you often see in a lot of runs is that you want to double skip in the first ante, but if you double skip, you beat the boss, you get into the first round of ante number 2, and you have like 7 gold, and you're not able to purchase a upgraded Joker, and you've really just kind of thrown the run away from there. And so I feel like the start with the yellow Joker or the yellow deck really gives us that kind of space to where we can take that big advantage right at the beginning and then use that Joker as the kind of launching point for what we want our deck to do. And so that's it. Let's click on the new run button, get ourselves up to that green stake. Feel like we're on the right one. There we go. Oh my gosh, can't click the buttons right. There we go. Now we're off and running. I told it to do a new one. What is this? New run, play. There we go. We'll get there eventually. So what do we got? The speed tag, not one that I'm super interested in. Rerolling the boss tag shouldn't be necessary. So that start I was talking about, we don't really get to mess around with here, but we'll still see how this turns out, see if we can't get a little bit of direction in our early game. And so as these early rounds go, I do like to kick things off with the flushes. And so we have a 3 club start here. We'll take the discard with this. I can't remember the exact number of points you need in your flush-based hand to win on the first round to get that 300 chips right from the get-go. But I know that this is certainly enough. This Ace, King, Queen for the 30 chips into the flush will get us out of this round with one play. Get us that big $3 at the end of the day. Holy shit, I was so wrong. I was so wrong. I was 4 chips of wrong right there. Fine. You come out, you call your shot, you try to sound like a real smarty, and it just doesn't work out. It is what it is, I guess. All right. No money from the small blind, the 2 from our remaining hands, the 2 from the interest. Let's see if something cool turns up here. And so, re-trigger all played cards in the final hand of the round. That's kind of whatever. Like the strategies that I tend to take are really like heavy onto the first hand that you play and not so much the last. And so I don't feel like I'm going to get a ton of value out of that Joker. Otherwise, +1 discard, I'm fine to pick up. We can wait until the next round to get it. Potentially, the big thing we're looking at here is this Joker pack at the bottom. See if we get a sweet one. The Onyx is a very easy build around, the +8 multiplier when you play a club. Otherwise, 100 chips for straight's fine. This is a good time to pick up Egg if we had other build around kind of cards, right? If we had a plus multiplier, a plus chip card, and then we could just sit on the Egg for a long time. You know, if bonus money cards turn up and we get value out of it that way, great. Otherwise, we could just sell it after a while, get some monies there. But we'll pass on that. We need a little bit more build around kind of stuff here at the beginning, and I think we'll kick off from here. Let's move into that next round. Collect a little bit of interest. I found myself needing to be a little bit less greedy in terms of money. I always, as we push up the stakes, I always find myself wanting to just get maximum value and really maximize that interest gained, and it's tough for me to spend money early before we hit that $25 mark. And so we'll see how it goes. Nonetheless, we've missed our flush with even all of the discards. We'll just play this high card king. Use it as sort of a pseudo discard. We lose $1 for doing it since we won't collect the money at the end of the hand, but ideally we'll hit a club by this point. There we go. This should be like a 1,200 point hand. Yeah, we got it off the first king, huh? That Onyx Gate is incredibly powerful here in the early game. Yeah, start the fires. 3,500 chips. Big time, big time. All right, next battle. What do we got? It's a reasonable Joker with the +4 multiplier. It's very cheap, right? This is good in the early game just to kind of flesh out your Joker pile, right? 2 gold investment or $2 investment isn't that big of a deal. Otherwise, we have the +50 chips, and then when diamonds are played, you get a bonus. It's good, right? These are both going to hard carry us until about like round 4 or round 5 or so when we really need to have a real deck together. And so I'm interested in picking up both of these. I don't think we really need to get the Joker. Like, I want to get the wasteful in the back line, but again, I gotta keep those monies together, you know. And so I'm not gonna drop down to just 1 gold, $1, 1 money. And with the way the news has been going with Balatro these days, they probably need to change the change the name to gold or not something dollar related. It seems like they can't get themselves out of the news in terms of being gambling related. I'm not entirely certain how it's played out on Switch. It seems like the only place remaining to where Balatro is gambling is causing a problem is on the Switch, to where my understanding is they didn't take it off the Switch marketplace. They set it to be an 18 plus game, which I don't agree with, but I can understand the logic behind. But I think it still managed to be the #1 selling game on the Switch at the moment, and so hopefully it can keep that momentum going. I saw on the subreddit they've pushed up to 500,000 unit sales, which I don't know the size of the development team for Balatro. I think it was just a handful of people, and so hopefully that dude's taking a bath in the dollars, doing well for himself with those sales. But all right, what do we got here? Every card played in scoring, I'm not super interested in. We're trying to build towards flushes. The egg don't need, it's not a terrible take, but I think one of these other ones is probably better. 4 chips when your hand has exactly 4 cards does not work out with flushes. And then the last one, create a tarot card if the hand is played with $3 or less. Let me reread that. Create a tarot card if the hand played is played with $3 or less. So basically, if we spend all of our money, we can just start generating tarot cards every round. All right, I'm in. Let's be poor. let's be poor this run. So let's see what we can do. We'll definitely just drop the dollars on the voucher at this point, and then take the glass thing. Leaves us with $2. All right. Now this is where I start to get worried about doing nonsense like that, right? I'm very interested in generating those tarot cards every turn, but like, are we ever going to be two things, right? Are we ever going to be able to pick up a negative Joker? For the small blind here, probably not, right? We'll get 0 interest, maybe 2 gold off the hands, only have 4 gold and not be able to purchase it. We could look to go the double skip here. Like, we'll definitely beat the mark. That's not going to be a problem. Maybe that's how we do it. We take the double skip so that our money's not that messed up, right? We aren't going to get the money until after we defeat the boss blind, so we can still jump in and try and get the free tarot card at the end of the round, since we're just going to be playing towards flushes anyways. So let's switch this to a suit. This could be a club in the face down space. Let's just discard a bunch of other stuff and see if it gets pushed into the middle. So this is definitely a club on the left hidden one. The right one we don't know. Still just discard all these hearts. So this guy here to the left, we only have 1 ace of clubs at this point, so it shouldn't be counted in. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, well, we're definitely short on the clubs now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you wanna roll the dice on this hidden guy here? I would really prefer to know where we stand, and so I'm just gonna play this as a pair of 8s. It's not a super likely chance that it was a club, and it was not. It was like a jack of diamonds. Just playing this shitty high pair. The shitty pair hand is still pretty close in terms of getting us there. Oh, we get that for every hand that we play. Oh man, it's another one of these situations where we just get a big bonus for dragging out the game. Is what it is. But now we know we have this club flush. This will be good for a solid 8K. We'll get out of this round pretty easily here. Get us another tarot card at the end of the day. And that's powerful for if a hand is played. I was thinking this was just going to activate at the end of the round, but not quite the case. And then convert cards to spades. Not quite what we were looking for in terms of our jokers, but still useful in terms of destroying something smaller. What is this? Create a planet card if your hand contains 2 or more 8s. We'll probably never use that, but it is a negative joker, so there's no reason to not pick it up. Otherwise, let's roll the dice on the old Wheel of Fortune. Missed. Nope. Story of my life, huh? Story of my life. Now, this is kind of an interesting spot we left ourselves in. We want to drop down to $3 or less. If we buy the Spectral Pack, this is the one that we actually want. We'll be stuck at 7 gold, unable to purchase this stuff. I'm just going to purchase this voucher. There it is. I finally did it. I was wondering if I was going to do it on video. You get some kind of special voucher thing if you beat it, or if you buy that 10 times. And so we'll have to see what that comes at being unlocked now. So the handy tag, LOL. We'll skip this one. I don't really want the gold. Adding vouchers doesn't sound good. I mean, we're going to play both of these rounds. All right, battle time. Talk about getting some handies out here. And so which of these was the worst for us at the moment, right? We have the clubs. That's the one we actually want. The diamonds are still kind of okay, so we would like to get these hearts out of our deck. Let's just go ahead and convert these hearts to spades. It's a fairly high price point that we have here with an ace and the queen. I'm not going to discard and hope to find a... I'm not going to discard and hope to find like one more better heart to fix in there, because the spades are really like our third play, right? I would prefer to play clubs, then I would prefer to play diamonds, and then I would prefer to go after spades. And so it's just not, super likely to be a thing we're going to try and chase down. Didn't win the hand, though. Kind of sucks. Got 3 diamonds in hand, though. Got 4 diamonds in hand. Got 4 diamonds in hand. Easy. We didn't get there. I guess we're getting extra tarot cards after this. So let's go ahead and convert this 4 to stone. And then we can drop these spades. That might actually end the round, getting that extra 50 chip bonus off of the stone card. And we hit steel in the tarots. That's it's a kind of a bummer having the my face, my beautiful face covering up the tarot card space, at least within this run, since they should be so relevant. But sorry, you got to decide what you want to look at. What's more pretty? What's more beautiful, right? This mug or the picture of a tarot card? As we spawn death, you know it's got to be my pretty face. Convert the left card to the right card. Gotcha. Alright, down to $2. Can't purchase anything here. Want. Do we want to skip this blind? The vouchers are kind of interesting. If we're going to be in this space to where we just try to spend all of our money on like one round, right? Because we're going to keep running into this spot to where we just don't have the money to spend on anything. Well, we'll probably never have the opportunity to play double vouchers. All right, looks like the diamonds are turning up. We'll chase those down. That is a pretty good club I would like to copy. All right, let's discard these diamonds now. We'll get out of these clubs in one hand. Now, do we want to get rid of the stone card? I'm kind of up in the air with it, right? You'll never play the stone cards towards a flush. Unless you find the thing that lets you make 4-card flushes, that's kind of whatever. Not super likely to have turn up, but it doesn't help us. It does help us if we're out here just playing like a hand to discard, right? Where we've played a couple of high card hands like we did in the previous round just to get it out of the hand as sort of a pseudo discard. It's still good there. So I think I am going to turn this 2 of spades into this good club. Make sure it's the right one, right? Convert the left card to the right card. And then we'll just drop this giant flush and call it a day. I wish we had the Oracle's Eye to go with this. It's like a little bit of danger in these glass cards and actually losing a fairly important club. I wish we had the know-it-all to know if we had enough to win the round without using it, but is what it is. I'm sure somebody will make an app or something that just does it for you. Some nerd will get on it. But what do we got here? All face cards become gold when played. That's whatever. I'm not particularly interested in it. The Fool converting left card to right card, I'm okay with picking that one up. And then we'll come down here and use this this Arcana pack, I believe. We do still have space for 1 Joker, right? This is a negative Joker on the 8-ball, and so we could go towards the Buffoon pack just to get the last Joker space. Maybe that's what we'll take. Fine. I convinced myself. It's a 13 multiplier for each king in hand, or +4 multiplier for each heart when played. I'm not particularly interested in the queens. Like, this is a powerful Joker, don't get me wrong, but it works much better if you're playing like 3 of a kinds or something, right? If we're trying to play a 5-card flush, it's very hard to have like this queen just sitting around in our hand to hit that big multiplier, to where, you know, if you have 8 cards in hand and you play 5 towards a flush, you're sitting back on 3, to where if you're playing towards 3 of a kinds and you play your 3 cards and you have 5 cards at home, it's much easier to just have like a rando card sitting back. And I don't think we're going to be playing towards that. So we'll pick up the heart thing. You know, it's not what we're trying to do. We will look to sell that at some point, but it's not terrible. All right, so the spades are debuffed. We got 3 clubs, or we've got the steel 2. We can hang on to that steel 2, I guess. It is a nice X multiplier in here. We still have a bunch of discards left to go. Trying to determine if we want to, like, what is our smallest set of suits? The hearts, how are our clubs at the lowest? Oh, it's remaining. Full deck is what we want. We're at 13 clubs and we'd like to take hearts out. Okay, gotcha. So let's just go ahead and swap out this jack. Got the Emperor in hand as well. I just realized that. The get 2 bonus tarot cards. Let's see what turns up with it. Convert to hearts. I'm just going to sell that. I don't even want it anymore. It's what we're trying to get rid of. Make something a steel card. All right, we'll convert this 3. I guess we could have made something an 8 to generate a planet card, but let's be real. Generating a random planet card is not that exciting. Maybe if it said create a planet card, if you're like create the planet card of the hand that you just played. So if you play a 2-pair with 2 8s in it and then you generate the 2-pair planet card, like I don't want to like play a flush with 2 8s and then get a high card planet card. That's kind of shitty, right? Not particularly interested in that. I guess it's like giving yourself $1, right? You just generate it and sell it, but that sounds kind of sucky. So this is, we're back to that similar space to where if we want to buy, well, I kind of want to buy both packs, right? But that's $8. It leaves us with 3. I guess that's not bad. But we do have a lot of jokers we want to be selling. I'm just going to pick up the polychrome voucher, make the good jokers more likely to show up. Because as it stands, the only joker I really want at this point is the Onyx Agate. We're not even really built towards flushes that hard, and so I don't feel like it's a big loss if we, or I don't feel like we completely have to just keep going towards clubs. All right, got 4 spades though. Let's go ahead and drop this flush. Not going to be enough to finish off the round, but it'll get us, you know, a third of the way there. Then the clubs will easily finish it off. Get us 10% of the way there. That's essentially the same number. All right, let's use these tarot cards. Make something lucky. I'll spend it on the club, because then we have the generate 2 tarot cards that I want to use. It is a bummer that you can't see these. I mean, it's not below me just to say all the cards out loud and everything, but I picked up the Hermit to double the money. I'm just going to sell it. Enhance 2 cards to bonus. We can wait until we finish up our discards here. I'm gonna dive in on the clubs. Oop. See if we get another big one in here. King and the Queen we can turn to bonus. Pretty good. Ties in nicely to get that mix of bonus cards compared to mult cards, right? You don't want to have 100 chips and then 16,000 multiplier, right? It's not a terrible deal, right? With 16K going up into the millions, but you would like to have a little bit of balance here. And so since all of our tarot cards are going towards multiplier, it is nice to hit that bonus card thing. All right, what do we got now? It's like there is straights and flushes could be made with 4 cards. Now, that's what I was talking about in terms of making the stone card good. Maybe we look to build towards that. So who do we want to sell? We'll hang on to Vagabond for a bit. Greedy Joker I still want to hang on to. It's either the Lusty Joker. Dude's hurting for it. Is he hurting for a squirtin' or a hoe for show? It's tough to tell. He's at least definitely lusty. He's certainly happy, though, too. I wish you could right-click on these jokers, pull them up in large view like you could in Runeterra. See things just a little bit easier. But no, we'll get rid of our flat +4 multiplier. Got to pick up the straights and the flushes. Don't want the face cards thing, though. It seems kind of garbagey to me. I'm just going to spin them down to under $3. We'll have to spend some rerolls here. Hands all suck. I'll just pick up the pair. That feels like the kind of backdoor hand that we'll have to play on occasion, right? We're looking for a flush. We only have 4 cards in hand, so we have to play a pair to just to get it out of the way. These are all Garbo. I don't want any of this stuff. What's this one now? Adds the sell value of all owned jokers to the left of this to the multiplier. Sure. I can get behind that. So what do we got? Keeping Vagabond, keeping 4 fingers. I think it's old Lusty Joker here. Yeah, looks like it. I'm fine with our other flush generators. Should have taken the egg, huh? All right, we'll buy the last tarot card to create planets. Takes us to $2 on to the next round. So what do we got here? $1 per unused gift card. Unused discard. What do we got? Let's spend some of this stuff. Aw. Get the sell value of jokers. I don't want that. I'll just sell it. As someone as a completely value-oriented card gamer, seeing the thing come into hand to where it's like plus $17, or you have the option to take $1. Just taking the 1, it really hurts in my heart and hurts in my soul. We're gonna get there either way. Let's just discard to these clubs. Should be good enough. Keep on discarding though. Make sure we get there in one hand. This is steel, right? So we'll keep the steel in hand. Hopefully we don't lose out on our glass card. Oh, we should have put the glass ace way out to the right. We're going to get that X2 multiplier off of it, and we're going to get a shitload of multiplier off of the Onyx Agate, and so I don't think it's going to matter. I feel like, oh man, and we cracked our ace? What a shitty day. Ugh. I want to just play this high card king. We got create 2 random tarot cards, though. Hang on, let's back up. Okay, so we'll turn 1 into steel. Gonna upgrade the club. Man, that's a bummer messing that guy up. Create the 2 planet cards. Uranus for the butt stuff. Gives us the 2 pair. Got Mercury coming up for the regular pair. And then we'll play this high card king. So, right, that's what I was kind of talking about with these planets. We play it as a high card. It would have been worth more if it was a pair, right? But we got our pair up to level 3. That's the kind of idea with these planet cards and how I want to use them in this run. I'm good with the flush, and then otherwise, whatever our kind of throwaway dumpster hands are the ones that feel kind of okay to upgrade. What we hit up here? The Chariot, turn something steel, not bad. These jokers kind of suck. Spend that money. All right. Oh, straight flush. I guess straight flush, this is the tough spot you'll run into this, right? When you have the 4 fingers, it's very easy to hit straight flushes. And it can be kind of awkward in the sense to where if you have like level 2 straight flush and level 8 flush, then it forces you into the one that you don't want. But we'll get through it. So now I feel like this is probably a decent place to just go ahead and pick up the blue joker in place of the greedy joker. It should be giving us more chips since we're not really playing towards diamonds, right? The bummer with this is the sell value on the blue joker is lower than the greedy joker, so we're going to lose out on a little bit of multiplier, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. We dropped from 17 to 16. Yeah, we missed out on 1 point. Oh, man. Now we're stuck at $4. Shit. We can't reroll? Alright, whatever. Won't be the first time I fucked something up, huh? Won't be the first. So let's do this. I think this works how I want, right? We can sort the hand by suit. The club suit turns up to the right of the hand typically, and so I'm just going to discard, or I'm going to sort by suit and then discard 5 cards to the left. And then if clubs turn up, right, see how it's kind of on the right side of the hand? The heart, heart, spade are over here to the left. I think diamonds are the ones that are on the end. So these 2 at the end should be diamonds, and this bro here may be a club between the king and the 5. So let's discard the 2 at the right so we get that knowledge. Again, pretty sure they're diamonds, but we'll find out soon enough. The Chariot convert to steel. Oh, we missed our flush. Kind of sucks. Alright, we'll play this high card queen. We getting there? Fuck me. I guess we'll play this pair of 9s. We got to get there off like just the one hand, right? I guess. So let's turn this 5 into steel. Right, we're gonna get that multiplier off of it. We'll play the flush off the units to the left. Man, I mean, hopefully this isn't one to where we need to spike lucky just to. Well, we did spike it. go us. I was hoping this is the one where we wouldn't need to just spike lucky to not lose this round, but we hit it. So. Hit it and quit it. These are the things you got to say as you play the game. I was thinking the other day of just being at your local gambling establishment. You know, what's this one? Gain multiplier per playing card added to your deck. I don't think we'll ever build towards that. But no, it's your local gambling establishment, and you have to hear the phrase like "winner, winner, chicken dinner" over and over again. I don't know where it comes from, but people still certainly fucking say it all the time. And I feel like these are things that are nice to just kind of slide in there a little bit, you know. Just put the tip in a touch and see see how much the sayings stick, you know. But all right, what are we going to do here? I guess we can end up just playing this flush. It's not going to win. It's going to give us a tarot card for doing so. Like, we skipped onto the negative joker for the next round, and so it's not horrible going this way. Maybe we'll pick up the tarot card that lets us get a little bit of extra money. But at the end of the day, this is the kind of hand I am a little bit worried about, to where we'll roll into that joker and then just not have the money to pay for it. So we'll discard everything here. Oh, we should have hanged man one of those hearts, I guess, before it came up, but oh, that's awkward. I wanted to steel card one of these, but we don't have any. Like, we can't just discard nothing. I guess that makes sense that you can't just discard nothing, but let's see if a better club turns up. Nope. There we go. So now king queen. Oh, we still need one more club. Shit. Right that way. And it was a steel one. I do like to. Well, I guess I should say, under normal circumstances, I like to just go ahead and drop all of our tarot cards in the middle of the round, right? So if we get into the buying phase, we don't have them just stuck in our hand, right? It's not like we have to open an Arcana pack just to use the tarot cards we already have to buy more tarot cards. Like, I like to just very aggressively spend them in the middle of combat, so that when we get to the buy phase, that we can hopefully just spend our excess money on them, so that we have something to spend our money on. But in this round, to where, right, we're about to take $7 into the next thing, I don't think we're going to be able to purchase whatever this negative joker is, right? It's a 10. I mean, it is a pretty decent one, that just static plus 15 multiplier. How much can we sell? We can sell each of these tarot cards for 1. But convert to 3 clubs is like the best we can have. We can sell jokers if we want. I'm not really sold on any of that. We'll just open this Arcana pack and call it a day. Okay, so here's a chance. We got the Hanged Man. We can take the heart out of our deck. I think diamond is what we want to take out second. Right, we're kind of stacked on spades and clubs. We're hanging on to the black cards and removing the red cards. So take out the heart and the diamond. I guess if we wanted to convert to clubs, we are getting, well, we could do like the 10, the 5, the 4, and just convert to clubs. But then we don't get any usage out of the Hanged Man, right? Kind of sucks. Boop. Alright, so we'll destroy the 2. I guess we'll just go into combat with these cards. Try and use them on the first round. Alright, up against the wall. The extra large blind. So let's see. What are these? Convert 1 to steel. Convert 3 to clubs. I like converting this king to clubs, so let's at least discard some of this other stuff. I don't know how much like big face cards we still really have left, right? We have the King of Hearts, a lot of high value diamond cards, so maybe we do hang on to the convert clubs, but like our flush isn't very good at that point. It feels like this is one of the rounds to where we could realistically lose, right? If we play our first flush and it's just not good enough. And so I do worry about that a little bit if we're going to be too greedy about it. Maybe, damn, maybe we do go ahead and convert these to clubs. And that puts us in a space to where we can now convert the 7 to a steel, right? And now we're going to be playing the big flush with the 4.5 multiplier in the back line. However that adds up. I don't know if 1.5 3 times is the same as 4.5. Math's hard. Nobody ever comes here to watch me successfully do math, and so, well, I guess you could. You came here for the wrong fucking reasons if you did. But oh yeah, you see how brutal that was? Man, we only hit 33k on that. I'm fairly worried about this. We just got super lucky with the tarot cards hitting the convert to clubs. And so I'm definitely on board with that. No complaints here. So we've got a bunch of discards. I'd like to keep all of the steel cards in hand. We have to miss out on 1 though if we want to play our flush here. I mean, I guess it's fine to just drop the 1. It feels like if we play the hand here, we're not gonna hit the stack that we need to win, right? We're gonna have to play more hands after this, and I don't want to get like stuck in this spot where I have like 3 clubs, 3 spades, and a bunch of other bullshit, and we don't have like any discards left. And so Doesn't seem like it's going to be too challenging to finish the round here, but that does bring me concerns, right? See, in this kind of space, if we just discarded one last turn and missed, like say we discarded one and picked up this 7 and discarded one and picked up this 5, we would be really hurting since we need to do like a big discard here. Now we should be okay though. This should pretty easily be like a 7k hand or whatever this is we need here. Where are we lacking though? It feels like we should be pretty easily hitting like these big hands. I guess like we do have a bunch of jokers, but some of them are kind of useless, right? In terms of scoring, the Vagabond and the Four Fingers. Oh, I forgot we had Four Fingers. Could have been perhaps using it to do something. Blow up? Sure. So let's do this. Let's double our money. We are going to spend it all. Now we're at X4 chance to find those shiny ass jokers. Title of my sex tape. That's one of my favorite lines from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. If you haven't watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine, it's fantastic. Like I'm one of those people that grew up in the era of you watched The Office over and over again, right? That's always been my comfort show. I've seen The Office like 5 or 6 times through some embarrassingly large number. But picking up Brooklyn Nine-Nine, that like most certainly if I was born like 5 or 10 years later, however that lined up to where, you know, your college age comfort show was Brooklyn Nine-Nine, that would have like worked for me. It's absolutely fantastic. But there's the of course the memorable line from Office is Michael Scott just saying that's what she said. But in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, they use title of my sex tape. And so whenever you say something overtly sexual, that's where Jake Peralta comes in and drops title of my sex tape. Love it. It's on Netflix now. If you haven't had the opportunity to watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, they only have the first 4 seasons, which I thought was odd, but it probably has something weird to do with Peacock and it being an NBC show. And them having some kind of exclusive rights to it or something. I don't know how it actually works, but wouldn't surprise me if that was a thing. So what we're going to do now is, like, I don't have confidence in these flushes being enough to finish the round, right? We were running into problems with it previously. I don't think we're going to hit 64k on this play. Like, I assure you that we're absolutely not. And so I'm wanting to hold on to the 2 kings in hand so that as we play through here, we can ideally find lucky cards, right? I guess if we want, this is a way to do it, right? We can actually play 4 card flushes so we can hang on to the ace would be the ideal one. Or I guess there is a world to where we should be building towards straight flushes. I didn't stop to see where we stand. Straight flushes are currently better than flushes, right? We get 140 by 11 instead of 65 by 8. And so I don't think the play is doing like all the kings, although there is a 3 of a kind kings or 4 of a kind kings in here. Where does that stand? Right, we still get to play clubs if we play a hand like that. It's at 90 by 10 as opposed to 65 by 8. I mean, maybe that's how we do it. The thing I was getting at is I kind of wanted to hang onto the lucky card and the bonus chip card for when we had steel cards in our hand, but I think I'm on board with this. Just dropping the 4 of a kind king, getting the club bonuses since we are playing 3 kings, right? You don't have to play flushes. You just have to play clubs to get the 8 multiplier off of this Onyx Agate. And so maybe that's how we do it. And then we see if like straight flush style of hands don't turn up. Then we did hit the tarot card. Enhance 2 cards to bonus cards. Oh shit, that stuff's face down now? Ooh, well. We do know that we have the spade flush, right? Spade, 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 spade to the right. The hidden card here in the middle has to be a spade. So we can play towards that, but that's a scary kind of that's a scary kind of proposition for these things turning up. That 4 of a kind only netted us 11k as well. It's brutal not having the the multipliers in hand. You got one back here. I don't remember what steel card this would be, but I tried to pull it up before these turned up. This guy here at the end should be a steel card. So let's do this. We'll take the discard from the left, right? We're sorted by suit. We did that before to try and find where our clubs were. So this stuff to the end on the right should all be diamonds, right? And I'm pretty certain that tracks. I think we had a 2 of diamonds that was a steel card. Yeah, you can see it down here. And so we should be able to discard these 3, discard the 9, and then see if we can't get more clubs to turn up. So we can do like this. We can play the 4-card flush with the stone card so that we get the big chip bonus in here, and we still get to keep the 2 steel cards in the back line. I think that's okay. This might be enough. It's not going to be enough. It's going to be pretty close. 22K. All right, well, 12K seems pretty doable. The bummer here is we don't really know where our clubs stand. Right, this could be a club flush, but if this is a spade, then if this guy here is a spade, we're kind of hosed. And so what I'm thinking we want to do here is let's actually take this 9. I'm going to convert it into a 3 of clubs. And then I'm going to play the 4 cards to the 5 cards to the left. So we know that we have 2 clubs. Like these 2 here on the left side, probably clubs. Our spades are pretty high within the deck as far as the full deck goes. But I think this gives us the maximum chance of hitting a 4-card flush. Ideally a 5, but maybe a 4. The bummer is we're going to miss out on these steel multipliers. Maybe, what if we do this? I'm really worried we're going to lose here. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to turn left to right. I'm going to give us the 2 clubs. I'm going to sell the Vagabond at this point. We have the create a Joker tarot card. And I think that we really need to find something that's just going to give us scoring. And so let's see what that turns up. Fucking did it. Just a plus 25 mult right off of the Joker there. And so hopefully that's enough to stack us up. Let's see how it plays out. Fuck, it's not a flush? God damn it. Is it still going to be enough? There's no way that that's still enough. 4K. God damn it. I feel like that was the way to go about it, though. I feel like that was the best strategy to kind of try and take down that space. But nonetheless, a very interesting run. That's very different from the way that I typically tackle these. I'm usually very hardcore about getting 25 gold and then being in that space of where I'm generating all of the interest and then jumping the interest into tarot cards or whatever is available and always getting that 5 gold every round. And so it's certainly a real change of pace for me to be in this space to where we're trying to have less than 3 gold every round. I think we managed it pretty well. We did not do the thing to where we're just going to cycle through a bunch of high cards to get the extra tarot cards, which might have carried us a little bit further. I'm starting to get in the mindset that I'm just going to have to do that stuff even though I don't really like it. But that would have been the only kind of like real downside to what we didn't do, right? When we know we have this 5-card flush in hand that's going to be enough to end it, but we get a tarot card for every hand that we play, so we play a high card to get the tarot, use it, play a high card, get the tarot, use it. Now when we're down to our final hand, we just play out the big flush that's going to end the day. Like I can tell more and more and more that I'm just going to have to start going down that route. But otherwise, the rush came together okay. Like the thing that strikes me strategically that we didn't do is we made good usage of the Onyx Agate early. Like it's a fine build around card, but we didn't get anything to really help it out, right? So we had like the one build around card in the Onyx Agate, but we didn't have anything else like boosting up flushes or boosting up face cards or really like applying a big combo. We had a very good deck for the first like 4 or 5 rounds, but we didn't have a deck that was capable of finishing, and that's another area that I tend to fall into a bit of struggle. But nonetheless, good run. I had fun with that. I hope you did too, because that is going to do it for us today. So hope everyone enjoyed the video. Hope you maybe learned a thing or two along the way and had a good time watching. This is Bustin' Me. Thank you for being here.